I never thought I'd be standing in a courtroom one day, being sued by an Hoey Karen, because her own son stole my car, crashed it, and somehow she decided I was responsible. It all started on a quiet Saturday morning that should have been perfect. I had just bought my brand new car 3 days earlier. 0 scratches. 0 miles wasted. Still smelled like the dealership. I parked it right in my driveway, locked, camera covered. Exactly where it was supposed to be. I went inside to make coffee. That's when everything went wrong. Around noon, I heard a loud engine revving outside. At first, I didn't panic. Then I heard tires screech. Hard. Then a crash so violent it shook the windows. My stomach dropped. I ran outside barefoot, and there it was. My brand new car wrapped around a streetlight at the end of the block, front completely destroyed. Airbags blown, smoke rising, and standing next to it, shaking, bleeding slightly from the forehead, was the Hoey Karen's son. 16 years old, no license, no permission, and absolutely no business anywhere near my car. Neighbors started pouring out of their houses. Phones came out. Someone called 911. And before I could even process what I was seeing, Karen herself came charging down the street like a bull seeing red. But here's the part that still blows my mind. She didn't rush to check on her son. She didn't ask if anyone was hurt. She pointed straight at me and screamed, "Why was your car so easy to steal?" I honestly thought she was joking. She stormed right up into my face, ignoring the police sirens get closer, and started yelling that my car was a neighborhood hazard, that I had tempted her son, and that if I hadn't parked such an expensive car in plain sight, none of this would have happened. I told her son stole my keys, because yes, it turns out he had been watching me for days. He saw where I placed my spare key inside my locked garage, broke in while I was inside the house, took the key and decided to go for a joyride. Karen's response: "Well, maybe if you followed Hoey guidelines he wouldn't have been curious." The police arrived. Ambulance checked her son. Officers reviewed my security footage. Crystal clear video of him trespassing, breaking into my garage, stealing the key, and driving off. Open and shut case. Or so I thought, because 2 weeks later, I got served with court papers. Karen was suing me, not her son taking responsibility, not accepting fault. She was suing me for emotional distress, neighborhood endangerment, and, I wish I was making this up, damages to her son's future. She claimed my car encouraged reckless behavior. She claimed I failed my Hoey duty as a homeowner. She claimed the crash traumatized her. That's when I realized this wasn't just about a stolen car anymore. This was about entitlement, control, and an Hoey Karen who truly believed rules applied to everyone, except her family. And I decided I wasn't backing down. Not this time. By the time the court date arrived, Karen was acting like she'd already won. She showed up with a smug smile, a brand new blazer, and a thick folder labeled AOA evidence, like she was some kind of legal mastermind. Her son sat beside her, arms crossed, eyes glued to the floor. Not once did she look at him like he'd done anything wrong. I sat quietly with my attorney, watching her whisper aggressively to her lawyer, pointing at me like I was some criminal who needed to be punished. When the judge entered, Karen straightened up like this was her moment. Her lawyer went first. He argued that I was negligent, that I failed to secure a dangerous luxury vehicle, that my presence as a homeowner with an expensive car created a risk to the community. He even claimed that Hoey bylaws required residents to prevent attractive nuisances. The judge raised an eyebrow. Then Karen was allowed to speak. She stood up and said her son was emotionally manipulated by temptation, that seeing my car daily caused him stress, that the crash destroyed his confidence, his future, and her peace of mind. She said the Hoey had the authority to hold me accountable for provoking behavior. The courtroom was silent. Then my attorney stood. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't argue emotionally. He simply asked for permission to play a video. The screen lit up. Security footage from my garage. Clear footage of Karen's son checking if anyone was watching, forcing the garage door, taking the spare key, smiling, getting into my car, revving the engine. Then another clip. Neighborhood camera footage showing Karen standing outside days earlier, pointing at my car, telling her son, "That's the one I told you about." Karen's face went white. The judge leaned forward. My attorney kept going. He presented the police report, the theft charge, the crash report confirming reckless driving, the medical record showing minor injuries, no long-term damage. Then the insurance findings, total fault assigned to the driver. Then came the highway documents. Turns out Karen had no authority to file the lawsuit in the highway's name. She never got board approval. She had forged signatures, redirected highway funds to pay her legal retainer. The judge stopped the hearing right there. Court officers escorted Karen and her lawyer out, while the court reviewed potential fraud. When the hearing resumed, the judge dismissed the case against me entirely. Then he did something else. He referred Karen for criminal investigation. Within weeks, the highway board removed her as president. Residents demanded audits. Parents stopped letting their kids near her house. Her reputation collapsed faster than my car had. Her son was ordered to complete probation, driving education, and community service, including working with a local auto repair shop. And Karen? She lost her position. She lost her credibility. She lost the lawsuit. And she lost thousands paying back misused highway funds. Meanwhile, my insurance covered my car in full. Upgraded. The new one sits in my driveway now, secured, legal, and mine. Sometimes I see Karen walk past it. She never looks up. And every time she passes, I'm reminded of one simple truth. You can't sue your way out of accountability, and entitlement doesn't protect you in court.